All right, I'm liking that new intro. My name is Lorenzo Uribe. I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Annette Uribe.
All right, and welcome to the Uribes podcast. Thank you very much for joining in. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you share the podcast, and we really appreciate it. Comment below as well. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, make sure you mention them. So, man, the year's coming to an end.
Yep, just a few days away from 2022.
Yep.
Good old 2021 will soon be past us.
Yeah, there's many things that happened in 2021, and I think COVID was a blessing in disguise in business, and then our family grew in 2021, and unofficially, because officially it'll be in March, late February, early March. Our daughter just took her first steps, and just like mentioned previously on our episode, our son is 4 years old, daughter's 1, and we'll soon have a baby.
A newborn in a few months.
Can't wait for that. So we're expanding in all sorts of ways. So we're blessed. We're blessed because of that. So New Year's is coming, and what do we want to talk about today?
So I guess with the New Year's around the corner, a lot of people start thinking about resolutions and what they want either their life to look like or any goals they have set for themselves. So I guess we can kind of touch base on any goals that we have or how we go about them or what helps us really stay accountable to those goals so that we're able to achieve them.
All right. Talk about goals. Goals are very important, and what has us accountable? Well, I think to start off, we talk a lot about our goals, Annette and I, and what helps us establish kind of our vision is to have a vision board that helps us actually acquire our long-term goals. So in our vision board, we have things such as our house, the house we're currently in. We have, and it has to be it's very detailed. Our vision board includes colors, includes materials, includes sizes, includes to a point like even our bathtub, what type of bathtub and material we wanted to have, the exterior, the paint, in terms of business, things, words.
So I guess there's a few points that we add to our vision board, which are faith, family, finances, fitness, believe it or not. So some of those things. So anything that correlates to us getting to those goals are exactly what we put into our vision board.
Yes, and that's very important. So that's part of our goals, right? To how to accomplish our goals. Well, we see the vision board every day. So to accomplish your goals, you also have to have routines, and that helps a lot. Make sure you read your goals every day. We have agendas and journals that we carry. Annette uses a lot. We have both physical calendars and journals as well as digital. So we share our calendars, and we use Google Calendar. And whenever she has a client or whenever we have something to do, she puts it on the calendar, and we respect each other's time in terms of that. So that's something that kind of we use to help each other and accomplish our goals, okay, short-term and long-term.
So definitely just to piggyback about, I'm thinking Joel's piggy banks.
Oh, yeah.
On that is definitely for any couples or, if it's just for yourself, really, the Google Calendar, in my eyes, has really helped us because anything that we have going on throughout the day, we put it on there. If I need help with Aliana or Joel, I'll mark it as a very important. Hey, I have an appointment at this time. I need help with Aliana. That way I can kind of strategize my day and see if Lorenzo's available, then I definitely utilize him. If not, then I use other resources such as Grandma. If not, I'm gonna figure it out and either have them nap or keep them busy. So
She's really good at time management, that's for sure. So she plans even the naps ahead of time, and I can assure you that it
well,
helps.
you can't really plan for naps ahead of time, but I make sure that
She takes if she needs to have the kids nap, she takes them to a park where they can run around and be ready to take a nap by the
Yeah.
time they get home. So that's strategizing, yes. And yeah, that's important. And the same thing with me. If I know I'm gonna have an important meeting, and if I'm gonna have be working with a crew and or going to be outside of the city, and then I let her know if it's important, then we always put it in the calendar. So we have a shared calendar. That's a must for any couple, or even some business partners. You all have to have a calendar.
yeah, and we use, like you mentioned, the Google Calendar. So it's in our phones, we get notifications, we could easily add it, we can easily accept. So yes, decline, or accept the event type.
Recently, you also added Calendly. Is that how you say it?
I think so.
It's for appointments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So recently, she added another application that we're going to use for appointments. That way that works is the appointment, the days she has available, and
The times.
the times that she has available. Then clients and associates or business partners could actually go in and fill in the times and the days within her allotted pre-scheduled time of availability. I can't wait to use that next year. So that's going to be starting January. We're going to check that out. So we can't wait for that.
We were talking about vision board.
Yes. And on vision board, you can include pictures as well as words. And we have it pretty big in our office. And it's you want to place it where you can constantly see it. Some people have it in their bathroom, or at least things in their vision board around their bathroom, so they can constantly see it, constantly think about it, and make it into
Bathroom
a reality.
because the mirror.
Yes. Bathroom because the mirror. Or they write words down with not permanent markers, with whiteboard markers on their mirrors. I know people do that. So whatever works for you. Going in line with a vision board, how about a business plan? I know you're really good at coaching and women in wealth events on how to do a business plan. What do you recommend?
So a business plan, depending on the person, can be very detailed or something very simple. I feel like it just depends on what the person needs really to get their goals obtained, right? So if the person needs to, first of all, any business plan, you just need to be clear on what you want. And the clearer you are, the more detailed you are, the more it becomes realistic and obtainable. So setting dates, like I want to open up 5 restaurants by the end of June 2022. Or if you even want to take it further, I want to open up 5 restaurants by June 5th of 2022, then you have a deadline to meet to have those goals done. So by detailed and specific, that's what I mean. You can be vague and you can say, I want 5 restaurants by 2022, but realistically, what sounds more attractive? Having the date or not having the date? So I feel like that helps out a lot, especially some people work better under pressure when they see dates or deadlines and whatnot. So I think that's a big pointer of just being as detailed as possible with business plans, but including finances, as in where do you see yourself, what type of money do you want to be making, your time wise, so finances, depending on the business, the type of business, what it entails. Say it's real estate, say you you're a broker, if you're looking for agents, how many more agents do you want to add to your team, and so forth. So
Absolutely, and how you're going to get them too. The business plan could even be as detailed as that. Are you going to get them through social media? Are you going to get them through networking events? Or how many networking events are you going to attend? So business plans are great, and she's like the mastermind in our relationship with that. To take a step further on that, I really caution people on business plans if you're established, you're going to start your first business, or if you've never done one. I caution people on business plans because of the fact that sometimes you get too inundated on making a business plan that you never take the action, you never take the first step on actually accomplishing your goal, or you're accomplishing the first thing of the business plan. The example I give is a lot of instructors or professors at colleges and universities that teach about business, how to make a business. They go in detail about a business plan, but yet how many of them actually have a business? A lot of them don't. So in reality, yes, you establish a business plan. It's needed in some businesses. More importantly than that, or as important, is actually taking action, okay? Following through with the business plan in step number one. A lot of times, and actually how I kind of started our business as well, is I fell upon it, and I learned as I went. So that's also another way. Might not be the smartest, but I learned as I went, and so far it's been productive. Now, to move forward, we have established yearly business plans to grow it in a more systematic way, and by far, it's been more productive. But a business plan is only as good as the action and commitment you make. So yes. And going along with next year, I think what's important is time management. I know there's no such thing as a balanced schedule or balanced life, right? We've heard that a lot in recent years, and we agree. It's more like being fluid and running with the punches, right? Going with what's going on in the daily activities, whether it's not kids or appointments that come up or clients that are just pop up out of the blue.
Or life.
Or life, especially the last couple of months, we've definitely been gone through our share. However, time next year is going to be huge. What I mean by that is getting time back. So one of the things we've talked about recently in preparation for 2022 is how do we get time back? Yes, we're having a new baby, so we're going to have our third baby, and our businesses are growing. We just invested in this restaurant, in a restaurant venture that we know it's already taking off. We want to establish some things there that's going to make sure it grows, and as well as some property, as well as our realty, as well as our financial services, right? We don't want any one of those to stop growing and becoming and dying. So how we're going to do that is to get time back. You're like, well, Lorenzo, how do you get time back? Well, you get more time by getting help. We talked about getting assistance, either both for the family and
for the business
and our business. So for the family, we're looking for a nanny, right? We're looking for a nanny that's going to help Annette and I manage our family lifestyle, or maybe come help clean or whatnot, or take care of the kids while Annette and I are talking to clients. And in business, it's going to help us manage our properties or taking care of things that I normally take care of. Luckily, we're blessed that we're not in a position where we could actually delegate some tasks to get our time back. We used to hear a lot, and we still do from some clients and some of our friends, that money isn't everything. They're right. Money is not everything. However, I've learned that one of the things money can give you is time. So we all have 24 hours in a day. And we don't have less, we don't have more. Every single one of us has 24 hours in a day. What you do with that 24 hours is up to you, and that's it. So you could either sit in the sofa, or you could either go clock your 9-to-5 job, or you could do whatever you want. How I want to purchase my time back is by actually hiring people to do the tasks that we would normally do. That way we become more efficient in what makes more money, right? And at the same time, after we make more money, we could actually spend more time with the family, with the kids. So I think that's for 2022. That's our next step we're going to work on, getting assistance.
So vision boards, business plans, what else?
And we talked a little bit about time and our growing family. So let's see, what else do we want to talk about?
Well, setting goals and talking about New Year's resolutions and whatnot, it's always nice, but keeping them is always the hardest, right? At least we see it often that a lot of people say, I want to lose 20 pounds next year, right? And the gyms are super packed the first couple of days, first couple of weeks, and then it just dies out. So something that has helped me, and I know us, really stay focused on our goals is accountability within each other and with our mentors, or even associates or associations that we've created that are like-minded and are willing to help you along the way. So it's really important that you're surrounding yourselves with the type of people who want to see you achieve, who really want to kind of keep pushing you so that you do better yourself, or whatever the goal is, right? But I think accountability is a big one, because we can fall short, and it's easy to give up, and it's easy to move forward and say, oh, well, I'll do it next year, or I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. So accountability is a huge one.
I agree. And that hit on the spot. One of the things we do that I think has helped us is sharing our ideas, our goals, and not only to ourselves, because after a while, we could give each other excuses. It's like, hey, babe, I know you're tired today. Don't worry about that. We'll do it tomorrow. No, that's kind of like this podcast. We gave each other excuses why we should start it later, right? We're not ready for it. We don't have those tools yet. What ideas are we going to talk about? We were helping each other push the task along. So yes, it's very important to share as a couple. And what's more important is actually, and Annette mentioned it, getting a mentor or associates, right, that are going to hold you accountable. And it's interesting that the more people you share your goal with, the more you're almost forced to do it, because you don't want to go against your word. You're almost against that, right? You don't want to go against that. You don't want to look bad in front of your friends and associates and family. So the more people you share your goals with, the more in line you are with them, and the more you tend to actually follow through. And
yeah, I never think that your goals are too silly or too crazy, because I always, I feel like anything can be done. Nothing is impossible. That's just my mentality. But the more you put it out there, and the more some people will probably, like, oh, there goes Lorenzo again with his, taking over the world sort of deal. But
yeah, it tends to happen in this family. I open the door, honey, guess what I'm thinking? She's like, great.
But there's no goal that can't be done. It's just finding the right tools, being guided the right way, and definitely it's something that.
You said a key thing, being guided the right way. And you also said mentors. It's super important to surround yourself, again, she said this, surround yourself with very key people that are going to hold you accountable and aren't going to be afraid to step up and talk about your accountability. They're going to see you in the face and say, hey, Annette, hey, Lorenzo, you said you were going to do this, X, Y, and Z. How come you're not doing it? Hey, you said by January 1st, X, Y, and Z, you're going to do that. No. You have to be held accountable. The people that you share this idea with can't be afraid to talk to you about your accountability. So that's important.
And don't let excuses get in the way too, because excuses, they're just for
weak-minded people.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has excuses. So everybody, even successful people, what you do with those excuses and
Even
how
us.
and how long those excuses are in your head is what makes a difference. Okay, the moment you think of something that's negative, that's going against what you want to become, accept it, or realize it's there and move it along. Okay, and then think of and continue thinking about what your goals are, what your personality is, what your new you wanted to be, who you want to be. So focus on that, and then remind yourself again by writing it down, by putting in that vision board, right? By writing it in your business plan, by sharing it with people. So that's really important.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think if there's one thing we've kind of overcome our excuses, where we've really stuck by being people of our word. If we say we're going to do something, we're going to make sure that we figure out how we're going to get it done. And it's helped us tremendously to really
take it to the next level.
Yeah, with everything. So
it's not easy at the same time, because a lot of us weren't born that way, right? And I know from a very young age, I held myself to a higher standard in terms of my word. If I say I'm going to do something, say sas, like let's do it. By the way, I say sas a lot, and I know I'm going to get caught saying sas a lot during this podcast. Sas for me means like yes, or okay, or let's do it. It's done. Like
done
count
deal.
on it.
I learned that very early on in our relationship.
What do you mean?
What's sas?
Oh. Give it
We were I think it was like the third date, and he's trying to, be Mr. Cool Guy.
I wasn't being Mr. Cool Guy. We were driving to a dinner or something. We were driving we were in the freeway heading to dinner.
He's like, do you want to go to Vegas? I was like, sure. And he's like, sass. And then we're driving, but he didn't say when we're going to go to Vegas.
So the topic came up as we're driving, and something about Vegas showed up, and I said, do you want to go? She said yes. So I said, sas.
So after 40 minutes or so, I'm like, where are we going? It was late. It was dark. And it's like, we're going to Vegas. I'm like, what do you mean we're going to Vegas? He's like, yeah, you said you wanted to go to Vegas. And I said, sas. I'm like, are you kidding me? I need to go home. I live with my dad. I can't just not show up.
Yeah, so
sus. And he was mad. He's like, oh, okay, fine. We'll turn around.
I wasn't mad because we were heading back or she had to go home. I was mad because I was disappointed in the fact that, our munchkin's here. Look, everybody. Oh, talking about a live podcast or being real.
It's midnight. And we decided to do the podcast. I think he woke up because his sister woke him up.
She's crying right now. Yeah, she's trying. All right. Well,
that concludes
our podcast, and this is the Uribes. So again, priority, right? What's our priority? We're a munchkin. We could always push pause, or stop. See you guys later. Have a great, happy New Year, 2022. Buddy, do you want to say anything? No? You want to say hello?
Oh. No. Okay.
Say hello.
All right, everyone.
Okay. It's real right here. Have a great day. Remember, share the Uribes podcast, please. And you can follow us at LJ Uribe or Annette M. Uribe. Have a good time.